Hello Libras, it's Bella Cat Tarot for you Libras on behalf of May 2017. I already have the layout here, as you guys notice. If you don't know what layout this is the Celtic Cross layout. And basically this is about your situation that you are initially dealing with, along with added impulses, consciously, things that you are seeking or wanting to gain. Then coming with the unconscious awareness of your emotions that you are unaware of towards your immediate past, and so forth, so on. We're going to get started here for you Libras. Okay. Now for your initial situation, Libra, you have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. The Ace of Pentacles for you guys represent basically not gaining for the right reasons. You guys are on this evil side of wealth and bad intelligence. Also great riches. And that is opposite of what contentment is, okay? It's not the perfect route. You guys are doing this the evil way. You guys are trying to gain wealth wrongfully, okay? As you see, if it was in the upright position, the hand is issuing. But when you have it in the reversed position, it's the hand expecting, okay? Now next you guys have, which this card represents your added impulses, and that is the Two of Cups in reverse, okay? The Two of Cups in reverse. Now with the Two of Cups in reverse, it is false or misunderstandings. Now that goes along with you guys being false on your Ace of Pentacles in reverse, trying to make your wealth by not doing it with the intelligence, not doing it the proper way. You guys are trying to inherit or trying to gain through wrongfulness, wrongful doings. And it's also, instead of being a union, it's more of the sense of disconnecting yourself. Instead of being above, you're below, okay? And it's not at all a good thing. Let's just basically say it that way. You guys are kind of doing things off balance. And normally Libras are known to be the balancer sign of astrology. So I don't know what's going on with you guys for this month, but something just doesn't seem right so far. Now next is what is your conscious awareness of what you personally are seeking or wanting. And that is the Temperance card in upright position. Temperance card signifies economics, moderation, and management, okay? It's also for combinations. Now, with that being said, you're wanting to be manageable. You want to know how to be moderate about certain things of some sort, but you're not with the initial situation and trying to gain the wrongful evil way. You're not going to find that moderation. You're not going to be able to manage it at all. It's going to get chaotic, okay? Now next is your unconscious awareness, and that is the Two of Wands in reverse. This is what you are emotionally unaware of, okay? And this being in the reversed position, you guys are basically emotional, per se. You guys are the trouble. You guys are causing trouble, but you're also carrying fear from what it is you know you're doing. What you're wrongfully doing that's evil. And even though you guys are trying to come off as you're managing everything in still the proper way, as Libras do, like I said, you guys are the balancer sign of the astrology. But you guys are, for some reason, trying to gain wealth or gain some type of fortune in the wrongful way, okay? It's not gonna help you, okay? Especially with this Two of Wands in reverse. You guys are basically gonna fall with your trouble and your fear. You're gonna make yourself fall, and it's gonna bring you a surprise, all right, okay? Next is your immediate past, and this is, to me, it's a family card, okay? It represents the old lady sitting in the chair with the 2 kids and the woman looking out the window, all right? Y'all have this in reverse. So that means that because of what's going on, the household is, instead of being positive, it's like flipped upside down. Everything's chaotic. Nothing's making sense in the household due to the misunderstandings because of the 2 of Cups in reverse. You guys are being completely just opposite. You guys are being just ignorant. You guys are thinking of only yourselves in your evil, mischievous way, okay? Now, next is this card represents, for you guys, your immediate future. If you haven't already seen it or already dealt with it, it's going to come to you. It is the World card in reverse. And the World card normally signifies that you basically, you know, it's a completion, okay? It's a completion of something when it's in the upright position. But because it's in the reverse position, it's more of a stagnation, okay? It's more of being, instead of a change of place, it's more of being stuck in the place, okay? You're not getting shit completed this way, all right? That's basically what that's saying. You're still stuck. If you haven't noticed, even though you're trying, with this Ace of Pentacles in reverse, even though you're trying to be evil and gain, you're still stuck. And you've realized it. So whatever it was you were doing, your whole plot, your mindset way, you're still stuck with the world being in the reverse position. You have not had any cycle completed. It could be more of the fact that the cycle is just beginning now, or it could be more of the fact that you've realized that you're stuck, okay? Now, with the next card, this card is what represents your attitude toward this situation of you being evil and disloyal and just downright, sorry I have to say it in the bluntly way, I can't have to, but it's just the most ignorant way in trying to be. Now the next card y'all have Seven of Pentacles. I'm sorry, 7 of Pentacles in the upright. This is what you are at, your attitudes or your feelings towards your situation, okay? And the 7 of Pentacles for you Libras signify that it's normally an exceedingly contradictory. In the main, it's a card of money, business, but one reading gives altercation and another innocence. But it also could be the anxiety about money, okay? So don't mistake it. This also can identify your anxiety about money. Like, what are they going to do if they find out? Or what's going to happen if I don't have it? Okay, that's why your whole situation is that you're trying to be evil and gaining inheritance or gaining money of wealth. And your anxiety about it, which is your attitude currently about your situation, your anxiety about the money is only going to make it worse and make you more greedy and ignorant and self-absorbent, okay? Now, your next card is what represents the external influences on your situation of what it is you're doing. And that's the 7 of Wands, okay? And Wands represents fire signs such as Leo, Aries, and Sagittarius, okay? Now, with that being said, the 7 of Wands for you Libras and your external influence, it is designed for an attempt, or it is a wish or hope of confidence. And it's also a plan that may fail. Okay? So basically, as it said, as I stated with this World card in reverse, whatever it was that you thought was going to happen, such as, per se, you thought you gaining wealth in the evil way that you thought you were going to do it, you aren't going to be able to learn the proper way how to manage anything, and you're not going to know what moderation is because you're stealing and you're not doing it properly, okay? For some of you Libras anyway. So the World card is not, it's not in the upright position, it's in the reverse position, which indicates that it's not a cycle completed at all. And with that with the Seven of Wands being in here, in the reading for you, it's also, like I stated, a plan that may fail. So whatever plan that you had plotted or have been doing, it's going to sooner or later show that it's failing somewhere or another, excuse me. Now your next card is what represents the expectations or your secrets that you hope or your secrets that you fear. And that is the Eight of Wands in the upright position. Now, Eight of Wands in the upright position normally signify as a card that's known, normally it's a card that is known to be looked at as the Lover's Arrow, okay? And it's also activity which is in the undertaking, the path of such swiftiness, and it's normally about speeding towards an end of something that you're doing. And in this case, it's you trying to speed to gain what you can before you realize that it fails, okay? So you're trying to gain before it fails. Then after that, we have, for your indicating long-term outcome card, we have the Four of Pentacles, Libra. Now, the Four of Pentacles for you guys in the month of May signifies the surety of possessions, okay? And basically the inheritance of gifts or whatever it may be. I mean, you see how he's a guy who has a pentacle over his crown, a pentacle in his chest, and he's standing on two pentacles, okay? So it's a crowned figure having a pentacle over his crown, claps another with his hand and arms, and then two under his feet. So that's the surety of possessions. You're going to make sure that whatever you possess, you're not going to lose, okay? But with this also being stated, you need to keep in mind, Libras, that there could be that suspense of opposition too, or that delay in which you thought was going to happen. All right. Now, what I do to get more clarity is use my Angel Answer Oracle deck. Okay, and prior to that, prior to the recording, I have already had taken, obviously, as you see in the layout. The first card that I had pulled up for you Libras is that you need to choose a new direction, or choose a new path. Choose another way on how to do it. And it's probably more of the sense, to make sense with your whole layout here of your evilness, is that you need to choose another way in how to make money instead of doing it by stealing, for some of you Librans. Okay? And yes, is the indicated card from the angels saying, yes, you know, if you don't do it, it's going to backfire. You know, you need to get a grip. Listen to your intuition. Listen to what the angels are telling you. If you don't, you're going to fall. And then next, after that came unlikely, because it's unlikely that you're going to gain what you want. It's unlikely you're going to have that moderation and management of your life, of your money, if you're just going to continuously do it in the wrong way, because it's called karma. What comes around goes around. Okay? And then following that, within the next few months, Libras, y'all are going to ask others for help. Ask for help from others, okay? So whether that means that you're going to fall by the plan that you plotted, you're going to eventually, regardless, You're going to straight up ask for help. And maybe you shouldn't do so. This is not necessarily to do everything on your own, but it's to ask your angels or whatever to reach out to those around you for assistance. By allowing others to lend a hand, you greatly increase your chances for the success, and your plans will begin to move, move forward, all right? The help you can receive may include important information provided by knowledgeable individuals. The stress of doing too much can create both physical and emotional health challenges for you. Surround yourself with loving friends and family who are willing and able to lighten your load, and you'll begin to feel much better. Okay, that's the indefinite definition of this. So, maybe not the people that you are taking advantage of now should you ask for help, because I guarantee they're probably going to turn their backs on you once they figure out, if they haven't already. But, it all comes down to the perfect timing as well. And perfect timing for you Libras is basically the time in which the situation for you, when it's, this is the perfect timing for the situation you've asked about to move forward with confidence, okay? Don't delay or hesitate, because any energy getaway is presently open. Conditions are ripe. Even if you don't feel prepared, rest assured that you are, okay? Even if that means like you are going to end up having to deal with the consequences, perhaps, regardless, within the next few months, you're not ready for it or whatever. It's perfect timing. Maybe it can be looked at in the way as maybe your guardian angels think that maybe you need punishment time. You can look at it that way. And maybe they think right now is the time for you to have that, because maybe you are getting out of line with what you're doing. You're causing too much chaoticness within the household. That's why it's in the reversed position. So everyone in the household seems to be like, instead of content, they're more in the sense chaoticness. Like it's just not balanced in your home because of the shit you're causing. And you guys may not care because you're ignorancy at this time of being, because you guys are just blinded and you guys think you guys are going to pull something over, because normally Libras, you guys are the balancers and people do turn to you guys for questions and answers, okay? And a year from now, Libras, if you listen to your intuition correctly, your situation can and will improve, okay? Can and it will improve. All right. Now I'm going to pull out 4 more cards from the original Smith and Watt tarot deck, okay? Sorry about that. But yes, I'm just going to pull 4 more cards out to basically summarize up your May of 2017 scenario, Libras. Because you guys are being quite disloyal to those in your household. Those who have trust in you, you're giving them doubt. You're giving them reasonings to just not give you a chance to even talk or anymore. A chance to where they know that they shouldn't even give you trust anymore. A chance to where they know that what direction they're thinking in their head they need to go. So whether you know or whether you believe that they know, trust me, they do. Trust me, they do. Only the ones that don't are the ones that don't want to see it for themselves. But even so, they do see it, and they just don't want to agree upon it. So if that makes any sense, believe me, it is very, very, very true. You're not going to have that moderation and know how to manage anything when you're only stealing it and you're not earning it. Now, when you earn something, you feel as a person, as an individual, you feel more confident about yourself because you know you earned what you have the righteous way. But when you take it, it's like, oh, you might as well just laugh about it and just play it as a joke. Because to you, it's not nothing when it's not taken seriously or when it's not acknowledged. So once it gets acknowledged and you realize what that with the Sevens of Wands, yeah, with the Seven of Wands, when you realize that your plan is basically squashed and it's not going to go where you want it to, you're going to use the Eight of Wands per se, which is the arrow of love, the love arrows per se. You're going to try to use that within the household. You're going to try acting as if you're going to put on a front and act as if you really do care and love about those in the household that you caused so much turmoil within their minds, emotionally and physically. You're going to act as if you do have that care and hope for them, so that basically in the end you have that fairy tale inheritance, or that fairy tale everything, whatever it may be. And this could be something even wrongful. I mean, with these 4 cards that I'm asking for Libras on the May of 2017, to give us more clarification with this, we'll know more in depth about why it is, exactly why you Librans are doing what you guys are currently doing. And it's kind of, for me, honestly, sad to say that I'm actually shocked that Libras would even be doing this. Okay, we have the first card. 10 of Wands. King of Wands. The Empress. And then Queen of Cups in reverse. Okay. Now I see, just basically to point out, I see on the table here, we have a few pentacles, a few wands. We only have 1 cup. The world is definitely, just to let y'all know, this is an earth sign, just in general. And earth is Virgos, Taurus, and Capricorn, okay? Now, the wands signify Leo, Aries, and Sagittarius. And for you Librans, the swords signify you guys. And to be completely honest, even though there's not a specific sword, it's definitely you. I feel very strongly about that's being this evil person taking from whom you're supposed to love and care for, okay? Now with the 10 of Wands for you Libras, the 10 of Wands in the upright position signifies that you guys may not be harmonized. And that's due to the connections that you have with faith. It's an oppression simply, but it's also a possible gain of any kind. It is also a card of false seeming disguise. The place which the figure is approaching may suffer from the rods that he's carrying, okay? The Nine of Swords follows, and if it is a question of a lawsuit, there will be certainly a loss. So, whatever it is, there's going to be some type of loss. And it can be with the law, or it could just be with your family and your loved ones, okay? Next follows the King of Wands. Now, the King of Wands in the upright position signifies for y'all, and this is normally a male who likes the country and generally married, generally honest. But in a circumstance with this, it's someone that's trying to maintain beneath. And that's basically okay, but it's still severe to a point. And it may have been tolerable for some time, but I think that it's just getting to that point with this family card, you know, being upside down. It's to the point that it's just gotten out of hand now. Now is enough is enough. Okay? Then next you have the Empress following Libras. And the Empress for you guys indicates light, truth, the unraveling of involved matters, okay? So whatever it is that you are involving yourself in, which is this evilness of trying to gain wealth, you're going to do what you can to try to uninvolve yourself or try to pin this matter on someone else. It could be deceitfulness, okay? Because, I mean, normally the person's fruitfulness and they're active, but there's very much doubt and ignorance with you. Very much doubt and ignorance. You're being ignorant to the family that you're supposed to love. You're being very ignorant, and they've had enough of it. It was tolerable for so long, but now enough's enough, okay? And then you have the Queen of Cups in reverse to finalize your reading, Libras. And the Queen of Cups in reverse signifies for you guys that the accounts vary. It could be sometimes a good woman, otherwise a distinguished woman, but one that cannot be trusted, okay? It is one that is a perverse woman of vice and dishonorable and depravity, okay? So obviously, even though cups signify water signs, this is for you, Libras. It's you, very much so. My intuition says that obviously this is you, because your situation to begin with, which is, and I'll go back to it, is the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. And with that, the Ace of Pentacles being as your main freaking issue of the evil side of wealth and bad intelligence, you're using bad judgment. You're not thinking clearly. You think the people around you are stupid. But you're going to end up being surprised when you see that what you thought was going to be is not going to be, because of the Seven of Wands, okay? Or Eight of Wands. Or, yeah. Seven of Wands, I'm sorry. So you guys are going to realize after everything's said and done. So even though like the Angel Oracle cards had spoken, you're going to need to choose a new direction, because the path that you're on now with who you're screwing over in your family, in your household, or whatever, you're going to need to choose a new direction, because they're tired of your shit. And it's unlikely that they're going to freaking forgive you. It's very much unlikely, because maybe they just had enough of it for too long. They kept their mouth shut. And now there's nothing they can do about it. It's out of their hands. Okay? And, you know, you're going to have to eventually ask others for help. And I'm pretty positive it's not going to be those in the household. If it is, and they give you that second chance, then you know what? You might as well take that and run with it and do the better path, which is, instead of doing what you did the first time, learn from your fucking mistakes. Okay? Because it all comes up with perfect timing. It all comes up with perfect timing. And it could be within the next few months or a year from now. So that's from today to a couple months, or you know, that you find out, or something happens now from a couple from today within the next few months, something might sporadically happen. It could be negative, which it could be you going into jail or whatever for this stupidity move that you're plotting and that you did, and that you think you can be deceitful of, because you think that your family won't do anything. But they're, you know, with this King of Wands, it's tolerable for only so long. It's tolerant for so long until they're fed up. Okay? And it says, you know, it's yes, that you need to, it's a yes. It's a guaranteed yes from the angels and guardians above, that, you know what, you just need that different direction, because what you did, you should know right from your wrongs. You chose what you did, so now you need to just basically take what the hell you did and deal with it and learn and just live your life on that new path, because what you did. And then listen to your intuition as well, because you know your intuition's telling you what you're doing right now is wrong anyways, but you're still doing it. You're avoiding what you need to be listening to, your responsibilities and everything else like that, okay? But once you start to listen to your intuition, your situation will then improve. But until then, you're going to be stuck where the hell you're at, okay? So basically, that's what it has to do to sum it up for you Libras. All right, thank you for watching, tuning in for May of 2017. If any of this resonated with any of you Libras, please be kind to comment and like the button below. All right, thanks, and I will see y'all for June.